Hey, what's up, everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I feel pretty good. Got what I needed. Not everything, though. I wanted to take some money out, but dude was working on the ATM, and he was still working on it when I left. So it was like I just took a little 40 out, whatever the maximum would be that I could get at the front there. But it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. So it is what it is, and hopefully it'll hold me over until I can. Get some more, but it is what it is, man. Nothing too serious. Just minding my business, man. Asking the Lord for some content because I really don't have anything to say. Probably shouldn't even turn on the camera, to be honest with you. But something will come up. I think one thing that I can legitimately say though is that I'm just very thankful that God has carried me through so much over the last 3 years. I've had a lot of things go wrong with my eating. Of course, you guys know about the stuff that was in my stomach. I've been doing very good in that regard over the last, say, 3 days. I don't know what the change has been, but I've been doing well. So that's what I want to say. The stretching that I've been doing might have had something to do with it, although I don't know that's what happened. I think the correlation between me changing up my stretch regimen and my stomach not having trouble goes hand in hand kind of ever since I started that. So I don't know, maybe there's something to it, but yeah, man, it's a nice day. All I can do is shake my head because I think about all the horrible things that are going on in the world. I made a video just a moment ago before I went into Target discussing some of the misery, and encourage you guys to check that out as it's uploading now. It should be available very soon from when I'm recording this one. But I don't know, man. I really want God to just kind of continue to keep me on the right path. I want Him to kind of send me in the right direction in regards to what my living situation will be going forward. I'm not unhappy at the Studio Lodge Hotel in any way right now, but I do feel like it would be wonderful if I'm not in the valley for the summertime heat. If I'm just being honest, but another summer in the valley was not necessarily what I'm hoping for. But they are working on air conditioning in more of the rooms, so the likelihood that I'll have rooms with air conditioning I think are higher. I think they're getting rid of all of the non-AC rooms in the building, so hopefully if that's the case, there won't be an issue getting them. And so that could change things a little bit, but you still got to walk around in this stuff, and that heat, it's menacing, man. It is really, really, really tough. Last summer wasn't as hot as the previous summer, so I'm expecting this summer to potentially be as hot as the summer before last. So yeah, man, we'll see. We will see. But I don't know, man. I just wonder what's next for myself. I wonder what's next for the world. I was praying last night, just thanking God for having me just stay on the right side of different things that I've been trying to accomplish. And I'm just trying to hold on and keep doing so, different practices that are working for me, eating a certain way, exercising, art. They just don't want to run out of road as it pertains to your desire to remain consistent. I'm feeling a little frustrated about that lately. Just watching certain things, it's just like I'm getting older and I feel like I'm getting better at what I'm doing. But maybe I need to be doing something different to kind of move things along a bit. And I'm not conditioned necessarily to change or initiate change, and sometimes it's necessary that you do. I was talking to my friend B, and she was essentially saying, you're still with the same therapist. I thought we agreed that you need to get another one. It's like, yeah, I do, but it's also within my DNA to not change my routine, not initiate change, not go looking and searching for new things. I said I'm wired that way, and it's not for my betterment a lot of the time. And so as I consider what I want to be next, or where I want to be next, I realize that I'm only in spaces that I'm in because I haven't been strong enough to initiate change. And it's required that I do so. And I don't know that I'm afraid to do so. I don't think that's the right way to describe the feeling. It's just uncomfortable. For me, it's like a new stretch, so to speak. This is it's like something that's awkward, you know what I mean? And what's not awkward for me is to maintain whatever it is I'm doing, whatever practice I'm doing. And then to be forced into change and then adjust to that. That's what my life has been for as long as I've been grown, to be honest with you. You know, I think about what I was conditioned to do when I was in my 30s and 20s is video game. If I'm not working, I was video gaming. You know, smoking weed, like counterproductive practices. But practices just the same. Things that I felt I couldn't necessarily initiate change in regards to. I don't want to change what I'm doing. I like smoking weed. I don't want to go a week without having no weed. I'd drive myself crazy if I had a night where I didn't have my weed at one point, you know, several points in my life where I've been that condition for marijuana, that condition for video games. I wasn't happy. Sometimes I'd be craving to get home to my video games. I want to play my game, you know what I mean? Like, that conditioning was ridiculous for me. The repetitive nature has always been in place. It just wasn't always pointed in productive things. Now I've been able to rewire my mind through force change to have productive practices. But just like any other practice, initiating any change from it, for me, is a very difficult task. And I just would love for that to not be the case going forward. But as they say, the older you get, the harder it is to break habits. That's why I'm glad I've established productive habits at this point in my life. Because if I'd have kept into my 40s doing the same stuff I was doing in my 30s, I don't know that there would be any hope for me to start becoming productive in the ways that I've learned to. So it's a good thing. It's a real good thing that I kind of started just doing art and doing this channel stuff and doing my exercise and all that in my 30s. It was a great thing. If I got to be locked into any habits, I'd rather it be these than the ones I had when I was younger, that's for sure. I think all about all my eating habits when I was a kid. It's a complete polar opposite to where I am right now. The absolute and utter opposite. I always wanted fast food. And unfortunately enough, very often would my mom buy fast food. There was no filter, no discipline against it, no reason to even think it wasn't okay. And I was a child in a time where people were really, really comfortable with doing things to their body that were absolutely and utterly unhealthy. You know, I wasn't raised in a time where people were going to the gym all the time. You look on the internet right now, and it's strange to see somebody who's out of shape, who's not trying to change their body. That's the irony. I looked up and I saw a lady that I follow, and she was laying around listening to music with her dog, and I noticed she's suffering from obesity, and I just realized, she's the minority. Everyone else that I follow is in the gym. They try, even if they're bigger, they trying to lose weight. They're on a fitness journey, taking pictures at the gym, showing what they progress. Like, that's what's absolutely normal now. When I was a child, it wasn't. I was suffering from obesity as a child. I was the type of person who didn't want to dress up for PE because I hated the feeling of what it felt like to jog for a gym class. That was who I was. Buy 4 and 5 different things off the Taco Bell menu. I mean, I was eating fast food as a child, and I made videos on this, so this is not new for those who've been following me. But I was eating fast food as a child at least 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes twice a day. McDonald's breakfast, KFC at night. I mean, we got fast food. We ate more fast food than we ate at home, man, honestly. And my mom did cook, and she was mindful of eating the right things at times. You know, she wouldn't buy the beef sandwich. She would buy the chicken fajita. She would buy the fish sandwich. That was her thing. That was her way of being healthy. When she'd go there, she wouldn't buy beef. She wouldn't buy pork. She would never. I don't remember too many times my mom bought beef anything. It was always chicken. You know, that was just how she was healthy. She would always have a salad with meals and stuff like that. That's why I'm so comfortable putting, broccoli and stuff like that in my current meal. I'm not used to eating without vegetable because she did have some sense of health. She had more than maybe the average, but still at that time the average was like weed bad. Luckily enough, she was not the type of person who liked any coffee. She didn't drink, she didn't smoke. You know what I mean? So it was like I had some imprint of being mindful of what your health should be versus what I was ultimately doing. And because of it, I now can kind of just shift and learn and kind of get into this era where working out is what we should be doing. My mother used to, exercise when I was little. I would see her doing her stretches and doing her, little exercise and stuff like that as a kid. As a little child, I'd see her do those things. So there was some imprint that such things should be done. You know what I mean? So I don't want to paint my mom out to be some super unhealthy, inactive person. She was just older. She had me when she was 38. So by the time I was able to see my mom moving around, she was already in her 40s. So her athletic prime had already ended. But she used to tell me that she jogged 3 miles a day back in the day in the 70s. In her 20s, she was in the police academy and she was in real good shape and stuff like that. So she would talk about her practices, which gave me some notion that I could work that into my equation as a person as well. But when it came to feeding her son, there was no filter. Like there was no filter. She would literally give me whatever I wanted. Unless we were having some type of financial hardship, which happened at times where she couldn't really afford to eat out. That was a thing for a little pockets at a time. But the majority of the time, it was always enough to go to McDonald's. And of course, that stuff was cheaper back then. Now it's doubled in price. But, I had so many, I made videos on this, talking about all the different things I used to like to eat. How I would eat a whole tub of red vines in 1 or 2 days. We're talking about an entire tube, but I don't remember exactly how many red vines were in that damn thing. Probably 1,000, somewhere like that, like something ridiculous, 300, something, who knows? It was a lot. And I would tear them down. My mom would buy me one of those for, say, Christmas. And I remember just sitting down playing the video game she bought me and eating those all day long. I filled my whole belly with it. And the sad thing was, I didn't get sick because my stomach was such a bottomless pit of poor foods till my stomach could digest it. Going to Taco Bell, like I said, getting 4 tacos or 3 tacos and a burrito. You know what I mean? Go to Steak and Cheese, this place called Steak and Cheese, get a Philadelphia cheesesteak, and then go over to A&W's and get root beer and curly fries. Every time I go to the Beverly Center with my mom, that was what I was eating. Pizza, all the chicken spots, Sizzlers, steak, every time. That was all I ate, man. that was all I ate. Candy, milk duds. She liked to put milk duds and almonds together. I learned to love that too, so I would eat that by myself. Eat a whole thing of milk duds, get the big kind, just hoard it down my mouth. Put it in the I like to put it in the fridge so it would get kind of hard and then eat it. It was so many different things that I had in practice that I had no business eating. Things that I put in my belly as a young person, which is why it's no wonder I have stomach issues today. I can't digest any of the things that I used to eat regularly. It's crazy, man, to be the same person, to be that human being and to see where I'm at right now versus where I was. It's like I've lived 2 different lives. It's like I've lived in 2 different bodies, man. I kid you not. The person I am today, I don't know what I would do if I were confronted with my old self and his practices and his ways. You know what I mean? He want to eat. Oh my God. It's not. It's wild how different I am now, man. It's wild how different I am from the person my mother was raising. It's absolutely insane. And I wonder, like, on average, how many people have these type of transformations in their life? Because I just judging by a lot of people that I've known, not too many, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they were heavy when they were young, they had bad habits. They have heavy when they're old and they have bad habits. You know what I mean? People don't really change like that. People don't change like I changed, man. Not to the drastic changes in the degrees that I have. No, that's not something you see all the time. And so I know I'm capable of making change and adapting to new things because I've been forced to. But it's always some super extreme. You know, I'm smoking every day or never smoking at all. Either I'm eating all fast food, all bad food, or I'm just never eating it. You know, any of that at all. It's just to have lived 41 years and to see this change in myself. It's kind of surreal, man. But to have such vivid memories and stuff of all of it. You know, I remember how everything tasted. You know what I mean? Everything. All of my favorite sandwiches from different fast food joints, I still know exactly what they were. If I had to order them again, it wouldn't be too hard to do so. I don't think I could eat any of it, obviously, but I don't think that I would dislike any of the stuff that I liked as a child as it pertains to my taste buds. It's just that the practice and the habits that I have, coupled with my restrictions, have made it so that it's not possible to do so. And I know that if I started eating like that, let's say my body allowed me to, I would blow up like a balloon and probably start having heart problems and all different types of other issues. It's just not sustainable as a grown person. So I don't know, man. Just those are the type of things that are on my mind right now. I think about your life and where you're at, where you've been and where you're going. And you just understand that the Lord has brought you a very long way, man. A very long way. And I feel very fortunate to have lived to see myself take on the changes that I have. So that's what comes to mind, man. So yeah, starting to warm up. We're gonna be having this heat wave coming tomorrow, and about to go upstairs and do what I gotta do. I've already packed everything up. I don't know if I feel like doing my hunters blue. I know I'll do them in the morning, but you know, just looking at all the different things going on in the world. I just pray for everybody in harm's way, man. That's all I can do. Bdf 44. I thank you all for watching.